Hey. I missed you, you know? It's not the same without you. Besides, even if it could be, I'd never be you. What's the matter? Looking at things like that makes you blush, or maybe you just looked away because I'm too intense and... Oh, it doesn't matter. Whatever the reason, that was a cute reaction and I want more. I always want more. And that's it. You know what, baby? I've always dreamed of something like this. Always thought that it'd be really unique to have somebody like you by my side. But it's not some kind of novelty thing either. It's like a childhood dream come true. Back when I was still young. Before I became the dashing college student that you know so well. I had dreams of things like that. Even if it might have seemed like something that doesn't suit me. Hey, baby. That's it. That's the look I'm looking for. That's the one that I could hold in my arms forever. Hey. Why don't you come a little closer? Don't look so scared now. I mean, come on. What's the worst that could happen, you know? It's not like I'm gonna hurt you or something. I want to dream on it. I'm gonna make sure that life is super amazing and fun. That's really the most you gotta worry about, is being too excited. Now I could say something that I think a kiss might speak those words better than I could ever put into, well, words. I feel like it's a small victory that I just can't help but praise when I get you hyping me up like that, baby. Whenever I get you excited, it excites me. Whenever it keeps doing that, then I just get lost in the moment. I get so hyped up, and I know I can do my best in life. You always make me excited, and I want it to be the same for you. I want you to never get used to me and make it something that's boring. I want it to be explosive and exciting and like fireworks in the sky and so much more. I want it to be something that you never get bored of. And sometimes I just want it to be me and you. I want my time with my baby to be special. Special in ways that other people would get jealous and they couldn't even handle it. I want them to be red in the face with jealousy. Maybe it's my competitive spirit, but I want you to think I'm that cool. I want you to think I'm so cool that everyone else looks like they're lamos. Hey. That's the kind of love I want. Not anything else will do, you know. Hey, you can't go saying that. I know I have my fair share of lame moments, but... You're just teasing right now, aren't you? Knowing that it gets to me every time. You know what, baby? Normally I'd put up with it and maybe get a little bit upset. But I think you've been a little more out of control lately. And on one hand, I'm glad that you're getting more comfortable with me, but the other hand, you're getting a little too comfortable that you think it's funny to just bring me to that headspace, huh? Or maybe I'm the one overreacting, huh? It doesn't really matter, though. 'Cause I'll show you. And I'll show you. Hey, baby, what do you think I should show you first? I really don't know anymore. When you look at me like that, when you make things out to be so hot, then I just look at you, and I get lost in that moment and my mind goes blank. And as you know, whenever that happens, then, well, things happen in different ways. Chances I could take. Really now, do you think I should? Hey. Now that I got your full attention. What's next? Yeah, I am pretty cool, right? I can still shove you around a bit. Even if you can do the same to me sometimes, the mutual vulnerability makes things a little cool, I guess. And just don't be calling me lame-o, or things like that. You know how sensitive I am whenever I'm a failure or lame-o? Come on. You know I'm not those things in the first place. And if you really want to know what I am, if you really want to get to the bottom of this rabbit hole, you know exactly what to do. Exactly what to say, too. So say it. Say it. Come on, baby. I want to hear you say my name. I don't just always want it to be like we're far away. I want to hear you say my name. I want it to be something that I never, ever forget, no matter where my mind goes. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I need. Come on. It's not that much to ask for, is it? Well, maybe if I make you say my name when you're like this below me, and your lips are looking at me like you just saw a ghost. That's the kind of situation which I can't seem to get enough of. That deer in the headlights look in your eyes? Hey. Let me steal this away. Maybe someday you'll find those words. The ones you thought of before your mind went blank. No one said you can't have a messy kiss now and then. I mean, come on. If that was illegal, well, I guess we'd both be criminals, right? You gonna go down with me? You gonna be the Clyde or Bonnie to my... well, whatever it goes. I don't really care. It's just sort of like the exhilaration, you know? Hey. I like this closeness. It's exuberating. That's the word, right? Exhilarating? Oh, well, you know, I didn't need to say the right word, right? You don't really care. I'll just invent my own if it sounds better. And more than that, it seemed to have the right effect on you, right? Hey. You. Yeah, you. The cute one. Cutely under me right now. The one who, if you're not careful, a whole slew of kisses might be coming your way. What am I supposed to do with you, huh? You're even more crazy than before. Now I'm thinking you're just asking for it. You teasing me or something? Or is it me who's looking into it too much? But still, wild way to tease if you are. Putting yourself in this kind of situation, you really don't know what could happen. The feeling of just mutually not knowing what comes next, you make my brain go blank all the time. I wish I could say I have complete control over the situation or something, but it's nothing like that. When it comes to you, it's so much more of a wild card. I feel like everything we do at this point is just whatever's on the top of our heart. As much as I'd like to say we're thinkers, I think we're more of a couple in the moment. In good ways. Not gonna lie, in ways that kind of make me hype. They make me feel proud, they make me feel whole. Before you, it just wasn't the same, you know? It was all kinds of drama and not very much fun. And when I did have fun, it always felt like it wasn't fun enough. At least in comparison to now. Maybe I'm being spoiled, and who cares? I mean, if I can be this happy, why would I ever choose anything else or anyone else? You underestimate yourself a lot. Hey, baby, don't you ever think that way? Okay? I'm serious about you. In ways that make my heart race. Even right now. So you don't need to go getting sad. You don't need to let those feelings win. Okay? I'm here for you. I'm here with you. And you should know that. Right? You should feel that. That's all I could ask for. All I could ever want. You are like that bundled up gift that I never thought I'd ever really see, if I'm honest. It was always feast or famine with me. And with you, you're on a league of your own when it comes to people. Hey. Thank you. Thank you for joining me in this little adventure we have. I would never have felt as cool as I do, and never would have felt as loved and known what it was like if it wasn't for you sharing all that with me. It's embarrassing to say, but at the same time I'm proud, so I'm not really sure which one's going to win out, but the point is, I'm really happy. Really happy. And that happiness and intensity, it makes me want to explode. It makes me want to show you everything I love and share with you everything that's special to me. But of course, I think there's a lot of things that have to happen along the way before I can, just willy-nilly go at it, right? Then again, screw the rules. I don't think we have to follow those, right? Hey, baby, what is it you think? Hey. Why you look at me like that? The more I'm gonna think it's okay to tease. And you know damn well why. How could you not with that look? It's like you're inviting me to. That exhilarant. Then sometimes you switch it up on me like that. Well, if that's what you want to do, Just don't worry, 'cause if you want to deal with someone lame ass like me, as if I couldn't go back to that time. Even if I'm still hard on myself sometimes, you're my strength, you know that? My strength in ways I never thought I deserved. And honestly, I'm glad to have you. Maybe that's such a basic thing to say, but sometimes your presence and just being here makes my whole day. Gosh, that makes me blush. Well, I mean, it is directly telling the person responsible right in front of me something very sentimental, and I'm not saying I can't be sentimental or something. In fact, it's kind of normal for me too, and I know that we share just about everything, but you still make me nervous. Like day one, you know? You never became more familiar in the way that I could just, feel completely at ease, 'cause you fluster me a lot. And if I'm not careful, you'll turn and make it about teasing, and then it's all over, Then I've let my guard down, and you'll end up with... Do I even have to say it? You'll end up teasing me till I can't breathe. That's the way you do it sometimes. This is just fair revenge. You hear me? Hey. No looking away, baby. Is it bad that when I go into this range and get under your skin a little, that's when I feel like it's kinda equalized for once. And that's when I feel like I'm finally able to get to you. But I don't want to simplify our relationship up to a competition of sort, but in a way it is, isn't it? One of us getting the upper hand and the other one getting teased out. I mean, as much as I'd like to complain about it, it's sort of what we do, So, again, I'm not complaining, and I'm not saying I'm a glutton for punishment. If anyone is, it's you. Look at that expression you had. When I got really close to your ear, you shrunk away. Like you were reacting sort of like an animal would. Like instincts were having their way with you. And I think that's sexy. I think you're sexy, and I think that what you do to me, as well as what I can do to you, it makes me feel so loved, so passionate, and I know I'm probably rambling about nothing at this point, but I really, really love you. And that's not just a really, really. It's just a really, really, because I can't put it into words, Just you'll have to get it. You must understand, right? And then again, give you an inch and you'll take a mile, isn't that right? Hey. You can be quite the naughty baby, huh? But even then, I like you best when I can feel your weight on my chest. When I can hear you breathing in my ear. When I can hear those thoughts too crazy that nobody else would ever get to hear them. And know how you really feel about things. Sometimes actions speak the loudest, And that's why, baby, I don't want my actions getting mixed up with some other things, I want it to be purely from the heart, you and I. And I'm glad anytime it does, but it still means that I have a long way to go, don't I? No, not with that. I want communicating how I really feel sometimes. I get in my head a lot, and I sometimes might exaggerate or push aside things, and hey, just what is that supposed to mean, huh? You going and picking a fight with me? Hey. If I'm not mistaken, you just showed me that weakness in your defense just a little too vividly there. Hey. If I'm not mistaken, you're trying to hide your own weakness, huh? Maybe you end up acting such a brat because you want all that attention, you want that focus, and you want me to always be looking at you, right? Well, maybe I feel the same way, and maybe I'm gonna show it. Maybe I'll. Because there's sometimes when I need to be a man of action. Most of the time, if you ask me. Otherwise, I'll be too happy-go-lucky for the situation, and I might lose you, right? Never gonna lose you. Well, if you put it that way, I have to believe you. In that case, it puts my mind at ease because I feel safe when I'm with you. When I'm able to enjoy things together with you. Like this. I know we still have to get up and face the day. But doesn't mean we can't have more fun in bed first. Just holding you is enough to make my day better. I wish there was more of a clever story to tell or something to do, but we'll get to that after we solve our issues, right? After we get to the bottom of that wonderful glint in each other's eyes, then we can see about living our lives, you know? But what a better way to spend a day off than wrapped in each other's arms and madly in love with the other and all that kind of stuff. Hey. That's the expression I've been waiting for. One just for me. Just for me. That's all I ever wanted was that exclusive treatment. That VIP package into your heart. Maybe I'm down bad and maybe I've got it bad for you, but I don't mind. I'd deal with anything if it meant that I could make my baby all happy. Just don't go carried away with those teasing antics you're always putting up. But putting aside your teasing and us and all that, are you okay? I mean, really, you doing alright? What? It's what I need to ask to make sure that you're not pushing yourself too far or getting out of yourself, you know? Look, there's been a lot of times, a lot of places, a lot of things, so many things I want to do with you, and I guess I just, even I sometimes lose my words and confidence. It's just, right now, when we're alone here, it makes my heart race, because it's special. It's special in ways you could only kind of put into words, you know? Because the words just wouldn't be enough to describe it, like trying to color in a coloring book with only one pen. Or, I don't know, crayon or something. I told you the example isn't what's important, it's the idea. Well, regardless, now that you've got the general idea of why I'm struggling, maybe you'd be so kind as to struggle in vain with me? I mean, come on. We've got all this time and all these feelings, so what's the worst that could happen? Falling deeper in love or something. I wouldn't mind that. And besides all that, I'm just thinking of a way to celebrate our closeness because we keep getting closer, you know? And that makes me happy. Happier than you'd know. I mean, I hope you know it. It's just, I wouldn't want you to get bored either, so I gotta keep you guessing. I know I'm probably going in a rhetorical circle of nonsensical thoughts about worrying about things I shouldn't, which isn't really my style, but right now it's different. When we're all alone in this place, this home, it feels different, you know? Like we're really alive instead of just existing. And I'm sick of just existing, you know? That's fine and all, and I'm usually living my best life, but somewhere along the lines, I struggled with it. And you helped me through that struggle in ways you probably don't even know. And before you say, I know I'm still rough around the edges. Hey, I think it's part of my charm, right? If I wasn't so rough around the edges, if I wasn't exactly the hyper crackhead that I am, you probably wouldn't love me as much, right? You always say you love me for exactly how I am, and then I'm glad I get to be that kind of crazy person that you fell in love with. You are still in love with me, right? You'd tell me if you weren't, right? No, I'm not trying to get into sad things, just sometimes it's really nice to hear, and sometimes you don't say it enough, 'cause you hold back on it, and you're holding out on me, aren't you? Hey. I thought we agreed not to do that. I'm half joking. But it's true, we shouldn't, you know. Holding back just leads to dissatisfaction and problems, you know. And I never want those problems to outweigh these special times we have. In fact, baby, I won't let you forget. Why you fell in love with me in the first place. I'll never let you forget. Just like I could never forget why I fell in love with you, you know. There's too many reasons to count, you know. Too many things I love about you. From the way you smile to the way that I finally got to see it. Those little things about you that you're just too shy to show, but sometimes I can fish them out of you. Sometimes you show me without even meaning to, I think. And that's something special. Hey. I hope you're feeling special. 'Cause that's the most I could ever ask for. And if I could make you feel special, then I'd feel alive, vibrant, and so happy. You see that? That spark in my eyes because of you. That slight fluster is also because of you. And I think you just need to, need to do something like this. I love you, baby. And kisses aside, I'm glad it's you. I've always been glad from the start, but it was too embarrassing to say so. But now I think, what's the point? If I'm gonna tell you not to hold back, then I better live by those words too. So, look at me. Won't you? Only me. That's my baby, huh? And that's the look I was waiting for. Stay just like that. If it were my choice, I'd never get out of bed today. And there's a good reason for it. Because right now, these blankets and you, all the coziness I ever need. What do you think, baby? You want to get a little more cozy? Hey. You didn't think it'd be that easy, did you? Just relax. Leave it to me. I love you, you know that. Don't get sick of hearing that, or else I'd be actually really sad. And then maybe I just want you to feel loved. I like the way you're looking at me. Don't get too lost in the moment, though, or I might just surprise you. You're not allowed to get surprised yet. Otherwise, well, then it'd be too easy, right? I love you, baby. You're everything good in the world to me. Everything I always knew that existed. I'm happy it's you I fell in love with. Also, don't get too embarrassed, but you have a cute expression right now. It's so cute. You make my legs a little weak. I love you. I love you so much. Well, that's kind of embarrassing. But at the same time, I don't really mind. As long as we can be embarrassed together and have fun together, then that's all that matters, right? Baby. Baby, you're the best. My baby. Mine. Just look at you. I didn't know you'd have that kind of expression. Hey. I just want more. More even now. Maybe I'm getting a little too greedy, but... Well, can you blame me? When it comes to you, it's just different. Things are different. You never cease to make me smile, do you? Does it ever get tiresome dealing with someone like me? I know my ego might get in the way sometimes, but I at least try and keep it in check, right? I think I do a damn fine job, if I do say so myself. As long as you don't put me down and say I'm cool and stuff. Is that too demanding? Then, well, I won't apologize for it. I bet you thought I would. Nah, come on, baby owl. You should know better than that. How would I pull a fast one on you if I didn't make you keep guessing? Baby owl. What's the matter? Oh yeah? Fine by me. I'm always up for a challenge, and you seem like the old-fashioned kind of challenge. One that just keeps on going and going, and, well, one where we get lost in the moment and never look back, right? Then again, I'm gonna break my own rules on that. Because I'm never forgetting this moment. That look on your face, it's really cute, you know that. Hey. There. That's my baby owl. And well, I'm glad it's you I fell in love with. 'Cause it wouldn't do to have anyone else. It just decorates my life instead of adding something to it. You've added a lot, you know that? You should know that. And if you don't, then you're just being a little spoiled, aren't you? Doesn't matter, though. Because I have a foolproof plan. Wouldn't you like to know? Oh, yeah? Is that frustration mounting? Well, I kinda enjoy seeing you like that. Not gonna lie. So cute. My baby owl. It doesn't really matter that we're here all day. Let's just never leave bed and I'll just enjoy you forever. What, sounding too extreme? Oh, I thought it would be fun. I mean, I never get tired of your company and I assumed it's the same for you. Am I just not cool enough for you or something? Well, I think it's too late for you to say that. If you said that, then I'd just have to take drastic measures. You know what that means. Don't play coy with me. Come on. Show me then. If you're really gonna play dumb with me. Well, that or I'll take the initiative and show you. Like that. Kisses are meant to be special like that, you know? And I'll be honest, when it's ours, I don't want to slouch on it. When it's you looking like that, I can never go halfway.